You're not crazy. Time is moving faster. Okay, I'll be honest, that title is a little bit clickbait, but let me explain. Why did time feel so slow when we were younger? Like everything was moving in slow motion. Everything was new and exciting. Christmas felt special. School couldn't end sooner because Club Penguin was calling my name the moment I put my book bag down. But all of a sudden, I woke up one day and that was 15 years ago. My boss is calling me into work. High school? Yeah, that was already 3 years ago. COVID? Yeah, that was 6 years ago. Fidget spinners? Yeah, that was like 9 or 10 years ago. Gangnam Style? Yeah, that was 13 years ago. We're now closer to 2030 than we are to 2020. Like, does no one else find that crazy? Am I the only one? So much has happened, but yet it feels like nothing has happened at all. Why is that? Why is it that the moment you graduate high school, it's like someone used the remote and put everything on 2 times speed? Obviously, we all know that time isn't actually moving any faster, nor is it going any slower either. It's going at the exact same pace that it's always been going. Only now we're all just aware of it. But I think I can actually explain what's going on here. Why time seems to be just flying away from us. So to really understand this, we need to look at this from the perspective of a baby. Imagine you're a 2-year-old child and someone has just taken away your teddy bear and now you are crying uncontrollably. In their mind, they're probably thinking, dude, chill out. It's not that big of a deal. Your toy is still right here. But to the toddler that has just been robbed, this is quite literally the most traumatic thing that has ever happened to you in your life up until this point. They've just taken away your most prized possession. Now, if we jump forward a little bit, let's imagine it's your 10th birthday now and someone jokingly says, halfway to your 20s, you've just hit 10 years old. You can't even comprehend the thought of even being 20 years old yet. To you, that's literally an entire lifetime away. Double the amount of time you've lived so far. Yeah, that's not for a while. Now let's move on to high school. Oh, why can't it just be 3 p.m. already? This day is taking forever. But then once you finally go home, what happens? It almost feels like you've time traveled to the start of the next day. Oh, can't wait for this day to be over so I can go home. But how come school feels like such a long time in comparison versus being at home? Well, that's because no one enjoys school. You've probably heard the saying, time flies when you're having fun. This is exactly what's going on here, but with everything in your life. The times you enjoy the most tend to last the least amount of time, even though you technically spend more time outside of school than you do in it. Why does it feel like it takes up 90% of your day? Well, that's simply because you don't enjoy it. It's difficult, it's uncomfortable, and most of all, it's boring. And when you are bored, you tend to notice that right away and look forward to the moment you can finally no longer be in a state of boredom. It's the same thing when you get your first job. The days are long and boring, but hey, at least now you're getting paid to be there. But why does time seem to just fly away from you the moment you graduate? Well, that's because you've basically achieved your life goal up until this point. What is every high schooler's main goal? To get out of high school. Then what? To make money. That's why you get a job. And this is where most people get stuck, because there really isn't a set goal after this point in your life, so you just go with emotion. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months, months into years. Nothing is new or exciting anymore because you've basically seen everything now. Every day basically plays out the exact same way. You start to forget the things that happen on which days because they're all the same now. All of your recent memories just start to mash together. Tuesday played out the exact same way as Wednesday, Thursday. Heck, even Friday sometimes. The one day when you can finally relax for a short period. But then what happens? It starts all over again on Monday. Where did the time go? It was literally just Friday. I swear, it's almost as if we just time traveled back to Monday again. This is why time seems to speed up after you graduate. Because nothing new and exciting happens anymore in your day-to-day life. Everything blends together. You slowly start to forget what happened on which day because it's all the same to you now. What's the point of it? What am I working towards? Why must I suffer every day to make someone else richer when I only get a tiny fraction of it as an incentive to not leave? Does anyone care about me? Would anyone even notice if I died tomorrow? Typically, when you ask yourself these questions, it comes from a state of panic, a mini existential crisis. Because when you put everything together, why does anything matter? Your entire existence is just going to be forgotten in 2 generations. Everything you've ever done, every interaction you've ever made, everyone you've ever known is just going to forget that you ever existed at all to begin with. So what does it matter in the end? Nothing actually matters at all. Everything I've ever done is just going to be forgotten about given enough time. Nothing matters. But that's the thing. Nothing matters. Who cares if you shoot your shot and get rejected? It doesn't matter. In fact, she's probably just gonna forget about your entire existence by tomorrow. She's also gonna be forgotten, just like me. Why do I even care what other people think of me anyways? We're all just gonna be forgotten someday, so why do you care so much? I'm not saying you should care about nothing at all in your life, or go crazy and do something stupid. No, that makes you a very miserable person. If you genuinely don't care about anything. Like, look at people that don't care about anything. They look dead. Like, no soul is there. They've lost all hope. We're all human. Obviously, we're going to care about some things in our lives. That's just human nature. And sometimes you do need to care. But what I'm saying is you shouldn't let the opinions of others stop you from chasing your dreams or living the life that you want to live. Oh, don't even bother. It's too hard. It's not like you'll actually do it. What if it doesn't work? But what if it does? The last thing you'd want is to look back and think, what could I have been if I actually tried a little more? Time is gonna pass anyways. There's nothing we can do to stop it. Besides, doesn't time seem to move slower when you're doing something difficult, something challenging, something fulfilling? Like what you're working towards actually has a purpose in the end. Besides, time is gonna pass anyways, so why not make it count? Do something different. Learn a new skill. Find what interests you, because we only have one chance on this earth, so you might as well make it count before time passes you by.